महागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्र्यवतु। आनो दिवो बृहतः पर्वतादा सरस्वती यजता गन्तु यज्ञम्। वाग्देव्यै नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम तत्सत। Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the study of Gnana Yoga from the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. We were studying the chapter Practical Vedanta Part 1. Swami Vivekananda is telling, when we are thinking ourselves as divine, when we are knowing about our real nature, the infinite knowledge, infinite existence, infinite bliss, there is another side to the question. We must not look down with contempt on others. Why? You should feel great about yourself. Yeah, that should not be superiority complex. But at the same time, you should never look down upon others. Why? If you are such Ananda, infinite being, then what about others? They too are the same. So Swami Vivekananda is telling, never look down with contempt on others. All of us are going towards the same goal. The difference between weakness and strength is only of degree. What is the difference between, suppose you have made a clay elephant and a clay goat? The difference is only in the size and the form or the strength. But as clay, both are one and the same. Likewise, the difference between weakness and strength is one of degree. The difference between virtue and vice is one of degree. The difference between heaven and hell is one of degree. The difference between life and death is one of degree. All differences in this world are of degree and not of kind. In essence, they are one and the same, but only in the exterior you have the difference, that's all. In power, in the size, in the form, there may be differences. But in essence, we are all one and the same. All is one, which manifests itself either as thought, it's the one same power or energy which is manifesting at one level of vibration as thought. The same energy is manifesting at another level as life or as soul or the body. So what is the difference here? It's only the difference in manifestation. The difference is in only degree, but that is the only one power, the one essence that is called God is manifesting as all these. So in kind, they don't have any difference. In essence, there is no difference. But only the difference is in degree. So that's why don't look down upon anybody. So Swami Vivekananda tells, all is one which manifests itself either as the thought or life or soul or body, and the difference is only in degree. As such, we have no right to look down with contempt upon those who are not developed exactly in the same degree as we are. If they put in the effort, they can overtake you at any time. So let us not feel proud about it. As such, we have no right to look down with contempt upon those who are not developed exactly in the same degree as we are. Do not judge anybody, condemn none. If you can stretch out a helping hand, do so. If you cannot, fold your hands, bless your brother and sisters, and let them go their own way. Do not condemn or criticize others. Dragging down and condemning is not the way to work. Never criticize anybody. That is not the way to work. Can you help them? Please do that. Otherwise, fold your hands, bless everybody, pray for everybody, and go forward on your own way. Dragging down and condemning is not the way to work. Never is work accomplished in that way. We spend our energies in condemning others. Criticism and condemnation is a vain way of spending our energies. For in the long run, we come to learn that all are seeing the same thing, or more or less approaching the same ideal, and that most of our differences are merely differences of expression, that's all. Let us take the idea of sin. Everybody knows, or everybody is aware of the concept of sin. So take the idea of sin. Swami Vivekananda is telling, take the idea of sin. I was telling you just now. So if you take the concept of sin, Vivekananda is telling, I was telling you just now, the Vedantic idea of that. About sin, I was telling you just now, the Vedantic idea and the other idea is that man is a sinner. They are practically the same. Only the one takes the positive and the other the negative side. One shows to man his strength and the other his weakness. So both are the same thing. Only thing, Vedanta is showing you your strength, but the other religions or other people are showing about your weakness. That is the only difference. Take the idea of sin. I was telling you just now, the Vedantic idea of it. The other people of the other religion is that the man is a sinner. But Vedanta takes it only the positive aspect of it. They tell you are not a sinner, you are the Atman, the soul. Both are practically the same. Only one takes the positive and the other takes the negative. One shows to man his strength and the other his weakness. So one is the strength and the other is the absence of the strength, that is weakness. So Vedanta always concentrates on the strength. But all of us, people who criticize and the other people of the religion, they talk of sin and they are harping only on weakness. There may be weakness, says Vedanta. Yes, we do not disagree with that. There may be weakness, says Vedanta, but never mind. Why should you worry about the weakness? Why should you think of the weakness? There may be weakness, says Vedanta, but never mind. We want to grow. Disease was found out as soon as man was born. Everyone knows his disease. It requires no one to tell us what our diseases are. Everybody knows it. But thinking all the time that we are diseased will not cure us of the disease. Medicine have to be taken. Medicine is necessary. We may forget anything outside. We may try to become hypocrites to the external world. But in our heart of heart, we all know our weakness, our weaknesses. But, says the Vedanta, being reminded of the weakness does not help much. Give strength, and strength does not come by thinking of weakness all the time. You see that all the media, the journalists, especially in India, they're showing only the dirty things. During the pandemic, they go and show only the crematorium. Recently, a person was telling in America, the Westerner asked him, during the pandemic, is it that only Hindus are dying? Your journalists are showing only the crematoriums where the dead bodies are burned. No other people are dying, only Hindus are dying. So, most of the present day journalists, they think that, the media people think that showing filth and dirt is journalism. That anybody can do that. So, is there any speciality that if somebody tells everyone, every human being, intestine, the small intestine and large intestine has filth in it, excreta in it, should everybody knows that. Should you open the gutter and show there is filth in it? Everybody knows that. Show something good and positive. That's what Vedanta is teaching us. It's not to harp and show your weakness. Everybody knows that. As soon as a person is born, the moment you are born, everyone knows that he is bound to get disease. Disease was found out as soon as man was born. Everyone knows about his disease. It requires no one to tell us what our diseases are. But thinking all the time that we are diseased will not cure us. But on the contrary, you have to take the medicines. You have to go to the doctor. Medicine is necessary. We may forget anything outside. We may try to become hypocrites to the external world. But in our heart of hearts, we all know our weaknesses. But, says the Vedanta, being reminded of weakness does not help much. Will it cure you of your weakness? Give strength. And strength does not come by thinking of weakness all the time. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but thinking of strength. It's a wonderful teaching of Swami Vivekananda. We always quote it. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but to think of strength. How nicely Vivekananda has developed this thought. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but thinking of strength. How does Ramakrishna Paramahamsa explains about that? Suppose you do not like South Pole. Okay, you do not like anger, you do not like jealousies, you do not like the negative things in the world. So if you go on trying to push away the negative things, hating it, then what are you doing? Suppose you don't like the South Pole. So you are pushing the South Pole with your legs, go away South Pole, or I don't like you, go away South Pole. If you go on pushing the South Pole with your legs, you are becoming more nearer and nearer to the South Pole. If you get angry, and if you are angry on your anger, if you are angry on your jealousies and all the vices, and you are always hating it, you want it that they should go away and trying to push it, you are meditating on all those qualities, on the vices. You are deeply thinking of them and you are getting it more and more. And what is the remedy? If you don't like South Pole, Ramakrishna tells, do not go on pushing it with your legs, the South Pole. Instead, get up and walk towards the North Pole. If you walk towards the North Pole, automatically the South Pole is left behind. And what is that North Pole? Ramakrishna tells, God. Walk towards God. Think of God. That is strength. God is strength. Then automatically all the negative weaknesses will be left behind. Such an easy way has been given by Sri Ramakrishna. Now, when somebody questioned Ramakrishna about bad thoughts, the devotee told Ramakrishna, I am getting bad thoughts in my mind. How shall I overcome it? What shall I do? Ramakrishna told, do not worry about it. Every day, as soon as you get up in the morning or you sleep, your mouth starts stinking until you brush your teeth. There will be foul smell coming out of your mouth. You cannot go out. Every day you will sweat. If you don't take bath, your body will be getting foul smell. Every day you go to call of nature. You excrete and you urinate. Do you feel uneasy about it? Are you worrying every day, oh, I'm urinating, I'm excreting, I'm sweating, and my mouth smells bitter in the morning when I wake up from sleep? Will you be brooding and will you be thinking of it? What do? Ramakrishna told. You ignore it and you start cleansing it. Will you give much credence to them? Not at all. Every day it's happening. You just ignore it as if it is a part of the nature of your body. And then you wash it. You give a thorough clean bath and brushing your teeth and everything, cleanse it. That's all. So you never unduly worry over all these things. Likewise, think of the bad thoughts and other things as natural to the mind. It's the nature of the mind to go down to the Vishaya, to the sense objects, towards the sensual joys. So ignore it. But instead, how to wash it? Think of the Lord. Be positive. That is the way so nicely Sri Ramakrishna puts it. And here, very scientifically and logically, Swami Vivekananda is taking us towards that. But says the Vedantas, being reminded of weakness does not help much. Give strength, and strength does not come by thinking of weakness all the time. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but thinking of strength. We have to etch it in our heart. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but to think of strength. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but to think of strength. Whenever your mind gets these negative thoughts, worries, jealousies, hatred, anger, immediately take up this thought. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but to think of strength. That's what in Raja Yoga, Patanjali Maharshi's Raja Yoga also there is one sutra. What is that? Vitarka Vadane Pratipaksha Bhavanam. When there are some thoughts which are troubling you, bad thoughts or negative thoughts, give equal and opposite thought about to that, and it will neutralize it. And that is strength. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but thinking of strength. Teach men of strength. Teach the human beings of strength that is already within them. It is not that you have to bring it from somewhere outside. Already within you, you have that infinite strength. The Atman, the Paramatman, the Parabrahma Swarupa, the Lord, the Paramatman is already there within you. Infinite strength, not ordinary strength. Teach people of strength that is already within them. Instead of telling them they are sinners, instead of telling them they are weak, teach them of the strength that is already within them. You are pure, you are perfect, and what you call sin does not belong to you. And what you call sin does not belong to you. Then what belongs to me? Strength. And where is that? The Atman, your own true nature. It's your birthright. Nobody can take it away. You are that, you are the nature of strength. And why do you harp on weakness? Why do you harp on sin? Ramakrishna used to always tell, when somebody came there, he told, I don't like the idea of sin in Bible. Everything is good in Bible. But why do those people always talk of sin and sin and sin? If you always think you are a sinner, you will become a sinner. If you think you are pure, you are the child of God, you will become so. Whatever you think, you become. So Ramakrishna was telling, why do they talk in the Bible of only sin and sin and sin? Teach men of strength that is already within them. Instead of telling them they are sinners, the Vedanta takes the opposite position and says, you are pure and perfect, and you call sin, what you call sin does not belong to you. Many personality development people give this wonderful example. There is a glass of water. You can call it the glass is half empty, and you can also tell the glass is half full. So whichever way you want to look at it, you have the choice. But why don't you look at it positive? Why can't you tell it is half full? Why do you want to see the emptiness? So why do you want to see the sin? Vedanta takes the opposite position and says, you are pure, you are perfect, and what you call sin does not belong to you. Sins are very low degree of self-manifestation. Just like, is there anything called darkness? Is there anything called cold? You think that there is cold. You think that there is darkness. You think there is ignorance. No, there doesn't exist any positive thing called cold or darkness or ignorance. Then what are they? Absence of light is called darkness. Absence of temperature, heat is called cold. Absence of knowledge or less knowledge is called ignorance. That's all. So then what is sin? Sins are very low degree of self-manifestation. Manifest yourself in high degree. So that is the difference in degree. That is what again and again Swami Vivekananda is telling. So you take up a circle, then you measure the angle. So you have the angle even in a triangle or anything square, you have the 90-degree angle. In a right angle triangle, you have 90 degree. Or in circle also there is 360 degrees. The trigonometry is based only on that. that angle, sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, it is all this angle. So if you stretch the line from here to here, it is 180 degree. Go the whole round, it is 360 degree. Just half perpendicular, it is 90 degree. So what is the difference? It is only in degrees. Only in that length, the whole round in the circle, it's only the difference in degrees. Likewise, here, it's only in the manifestation of your strength. That's all. If you manifest it fully, you are fully strong. If you do not manifest it, you do not have it. Then why don't you take up the positive side? So what are the sins? What are the vices? Swami Vivekananda tells sins are very low degree of self-manifestation. Low degree of manifestation of yourself or Atman or that infinite strength within you. Low manifestation of that godliness, divinity within you is sin. Then what is the remedy? Manifest your self strength or purity in high degree. There ends the matter. That is the one thing to remember. All of us can do that. Not that only the rishis or some great saints can realize God and can manifest that divinity. Everybody, even the worst of the sinners can do it. Lord Krishna has promised in Bhagavad Gita, apichet sudharacharo bhajate mam ananyabhat sadhureva samantavyam samyak vyavasito hi saha. What is the meaning of that? Apichet sudharachar. Durachari means a man of very bad, worst behavior. Dur achari, dur yodhana. And that dur means bad. Achara means your character, your behavior. So here Krishna is using the term durachari plus apichet sudurachari. Su is very good. Dur means very bad. Very good bad person. In the sense, the worst of the bad person. Sudurachari, the worst of the bad persons, bad behaviored person. That person may be the worst amongst the bad behaviored persons. Apichet, even if he is Sudurachari, bhajate mam ananyabhak. If anybody worships me, if anybody meditates on me, the Supreme Parabrahman, the Paramatman, Lord Krishna is telling, bhajate mam ananyabhak. Giving his full mind constantly. Sadhureva samantavyam. Know for certain that person is a saint, even if he is a worst of the sinners. Why? Because he is meditating on me, has taken recourse to me, has taken shelter at my feet, even if he is the worst of the sinners. In a very few days, in a very few short time, he is going to become a great saint. He will be transformed. These are the words of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak sadhureva samantavyam samyak vyavasito hi sa. In a short time, he will be transformed into a great saint. Why? Because he is constantly thinking of me. Bhajate mam ananyabhak. Think of strength, and then that greatness is manifested. Now the degree of manifestation is very less. That's all. That is sin. That is weakness. Sins are very low degree of self-manifestation. Manifest yourself in a high degree. That is the one thing to remember. All of us can do that. Not that only one saint or somebody here and there. Few persons, chosen few. No. Everyone. All of you. Suppose Swami Vivekananda tells, suppose you cannot do it, that means even the highest saint cannot have it. If the highest saint can have it, then you too can have it. Otherwise, don't believe in it at all. So all of you can have it. All of us can do that. Never say no. Never say I cannot. It should not come. While talking, you can see the people, they start with no. The word will start with no. No, I cannot. No, 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 no. Every word, any conversation, they will start with no. Only negative attitude. Why can't you start with yes? I will. I can. I'm going to do. Change your attitude. See how everything changes. Never say no. But to remember this again. Stop this attitude. Vivekananda is telling, never say no. Never say I cannot. For you are infinite. You can do anything and everything. You are infinite. You have that infinite strength in you. Never say no. Never say you cannot. For you are infinite. Even time and space are as nothing compared with your nature. Even time and space, the whole universe has this infinite space. And time, so much of time has elapsed. Light years, so many light years. Compared even to that space and time, your great nature, your real nature, that you are Parabrahma Swarupa, compared to your great nature, even time and space are nothing compared to your nature. They're so great. So never say no. Never say I cannot. Because you are infinite. Even time and space are nothing compared with your nature. You can do anything and everything. You are almighty. If you are the child of God, how can you be a beggar? The Lord is the emperor. Even if you take from the standpoint of bhakti, devotion, if you are the child of God, you are the next. Suppose the king has a son. He will be the next king, isn't it? And even from the standpoint of devotion, how can you be a beggar? How can you be weak? Because all of us are the children of God, even from that standpoint. But from the highest standpoint of Vedanta, you can do anything and everything. You are almighty yourself. You are the Parabrahma Swarupa yourself. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. These are the principles of ethics. So how did ethics come from? Where did morality come from? This idea that you are the Almighty, you are the Paramatma Swarupa. If you are the Almighty, can you commit sins? Can you commit crimes? If you have anything and everything, if you can do anything and everything, if you have all the richness or wealth of this universe, will you commit theft? Can you commit crime? When you are the strongest person, will you attack anybody? You will forgive everybody. That is strength. You cannot think bad. You cannot think low. When you are the child of the emperor, your majesty will be something different. Will you act low like a beggar or a thief or a criminal? Because you are the Almighty, you are the emperor, you can do anything and everything. So your behavior will change. Suppose tomorrow you come to know you are the child of the emperor, then your behavior will change. So that is what we have to change our whole attitude. There is one thing to remember, all of us can do that. Never say no. Never say I cannot, for you are infinite. Even time and space are nothing compared with your nature. You can do anything and everything. You are the Almighty. These are the principles of ethics. But we shall now come down lower and work out the details. Okay, these are the ideals. These are the principles. But we have to make it practical. The chapter itself is practical Vedanta. So how can we bring this high ideal to the work a day world, to our every activity? while doing my house chores, when I'm working in the office, when I'm studying, when I'm behaving with or interacting with people, how can I bring this high ideal and principle? All these which we studied now about our great nature, they're all principles. But we shall now come down, lower, and work out the details. How can we bring all that higher ideal into every second of my life? Let us work out the details, tells Swami Vivekananda. He's showing us how to make it practical. First, you know what is your reality. First, you know your strength. Know about your real nature, the greatness you have in you. That is the highest principle and the ideal. That is the reality. Now, how can I bring that into practice in my day-to-day life? In every second of my work. So Swami Vivekananda is helping for that. We shall now come down lower and work out the details. We shall see how the Vedanta can be carried into our everyday life. Every day, the city life, not only in the village life or in the ashrama life, even in the midst of the city, people think that, oh, business means you have to cheat others. A person nowadays think that, oh, if you are intelligent means that he can hoodwink others. That is intelligence. They think that hoodwinking others is intelligence. Even the crow thinks that it is very intelligent, but it goes and eats the filth, says Ramakrishna. So is that intelligence? So how can we bring that in our business? In the city life, where there is cutthroat competition, people think that if you cut the other throat, then only you can survive. So how can we bring this wonderful truth in the city life, where people think in this manner? The country life, the national life, and the home life of every nation, not one single station is left out. The city life, the country life, the national life, and the home life of every nation, not only of India, of every nation, not only of South Africa, not only of America, Europe, of every nation, every person, the national life and the home life and every nation. For if a religion cannot help man, wherever he may be, wherever he stands, it is not of much use. I don't want such religion, tells Swami Vivekananda. If religion cannot help a man, wherever he stands, for if a religion cannot help man, wherever he may be, whatever he may be, wherever he stands, then that religion is of not much use. At another place, Swami Vivekananda tells, can you call that education, which cannot solve your problems, which cannot make you face the difficulties of your life? Can you call that as education, which cannot wipe the tears of the widow, which cannot wipe the tears of the orphans, which makes you numb, which makes you selfish? Can it be called by the word called education? Likewise, Swami Vivekananda is challenging. Can you call this religion if it cannot solve your problems? For if a religion cannot help man, wherever he may be, whatever he may be, wherever he stands, it is not of much use. Then what is the use of such religion? Religion should solve all your day-to-day problem. Then only it can be called as religion. For if a religion cannot help man wherever he may be, wherever he stands, it is not of much use. Throw it away. It will remain only a theory for the chosen few. Is the philosophy to just for the intellectuals to go and argue? So that will remain only a theory for the chosen few. It will not become practical. What is meant by practical? Wherever a person is, even might be the worst of the sinners, if you apply that religion, he should come up. That's why Swami Vivekananda tells, give the idea to everyone that is the soul, is the Atman, and see how the sweeper will become a better sweeper. The cook will become a better cook. The cobbler will become the better cobbler. Give the idea of the Atman, that you are the soul, you are not the body, you are not the ego. And see how the sweeper, the cobbler, even the worst of the sinner, will become better and better. So likewise here, religion is to help mankind, must be ready and able to help him in whatever condition he is. It should go down to him. What is meant by Avatara? The Lord is at a very high state. He comes down to your level to raise you up to his level. That is Avatara. Seeing some movies outside in the Hollywood, you think Avatara means putting some different dresses, and you think that is Avatara. What is the concept of? And also you change the pronunciation. You tell Avatar. Avatara means Avatarana, coming down. The Lord, who is at a very high state, out of his great infinite mercy, comes down to our level. Why? To lift us to his level. That is Avatara. So the religion is nothing but God should come down to our level. Whether he is a sinner, whether he is anybody, and then it has to lift him up. It is to help him. Religion, to help mankind, must be ready to able to help him in whatever condition he is. That will become then the universal religion, not otherwise. Religion, to help mankind, must be ready to able to help him in whatever condition he is, in servitude or in freedom, in the depths of degradation or on the heights of purity. That is the reason Swami Vivekananda told. Yes, Upanishad might have told, the Vedas might have told, Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. Swami Vivekananda tells, I will give you much more, add it to your kitty. What is that? Rogi Devo Bhava, Dina Devo Bhava, Darita Devo Bhava, Dushta Devo Bhava, Daridra Devo Bhava. I will give you add. Let the poor be your gods. Let the diseased be your God. Let the weak be your God. Let the wicked be your God. Bring them up. And what is the use of your religion? Ask Swami Vivekananda. So that is Vedanta in action and Vedanta in practice. Religion to help mankind must be ready and able to help him in whatever condition that person, the man or woman, is in. Whether he may be in servitude, he may be the worst of the servants, or he may be in freedom, the richest. He might be in the depths of degradation or on the heights of purity. He might be a saint or a sinner. Everywhere, equally, religion should be able to come to his aid. The principles of Vedanta or the ideal of religion, or whatever you may call it, will be fulfilled by its capacity for performing this great function. So it will reach its fulfillment only by performing, by its capacity of performing this great function of lifting up people wherever they are, whatever they are. Nobody should be left out. All inclusive. What a wonderful idea of Vedanta given by, this is true Vedanta. The ideal of faith, the ideal of faith in ourselves. You should have faith in yourself that you can achieve, you can do anything. Never tell no. Never tell I cannot. Have faith in yourself. You are that infinite being. You have infinite strength within you. So that is called Atma Shraddha, faith in yourself. The ideal of faith in ourselves is of the greatest help to us. That only can help us. What? The ideal of faith in ourselves. If faith in ourselves has been more extensively taught, you have to teach it from the childhood. You know, there was one great queen called Madalasa. She had a just born baby. While feeding that baby with her breast milk, she used to sing, tell that, my child, why do you cry? Do not weep. You are the Parabrahma Swarupa. You are the Parabrahma Swarupa, Paramatma Swarupa. You are not weak. You are strong. Why do you cry, my child? You are not weak. Each time she fed a drop of milk, her breast milk to the child, from that time she started feeding this wonderful idea. The famous queen, Madalasa, is there in our Indian tradition. So give this wonderful idea from the childhood and see how the child will grow. Don't give it the idea of weakness. Don't teach it the idea of ghosts and hobgoblins. Don't bring in fear to the children. Give this wonderful idea. Says Swami Vivekananda, the ideal of faith in ourselves is of greatest help to us. If faith in ourselves had been more extensively taught and practiced, I am sure a very large portion of the evils and miseries that we have would have vanished from this universe. Throughout the history of mankind, if any motive power has been more potent than another in the lives of all great men and women, it is that of faith in themselves. Watch between a man who achieves a great man and an ordinary man, or the lowest of the man. What is the difference? The difference is faith in themselves. The person who cannot achieve anything is at the lowest standard. Watch him. His faith in himself is at the lowest. The topmost person who is achieving, who has made name, watch his faith in himself. There's a lot of faith in himself. So if you have faith in your strength, you can achieve anything. Go to the great heights. Another great statement about faith in oneself from Swami Vivekananda is faith in yourself, faith in God. This is the secret of success. You may have faith in all your 330 millions of gods and goddesses of Hinduism. You may have faith in all the gods and goddesses imported from the foreign countries. But unless you have faith in yourself, you cannot achieve anything. Have faith in yourself. How can you explain that? Yes, if I have faith in God, that is enough. Why should I have faith in myself? Can you explain that wonderful statement of Swami Vivekananda? Yes, with an example I will explain. There was a father-in-law who had a daughter. He wanted to give her in marriage to a good boy or a man. So he went on searching for a good groom. So he found one. He asked him, how many good qualities do you have? Virtues. Went on telling infinite. Oh, I can do this, I can do this. I can drive an aeroplane, I can drive a train. I can do that, I can do this. So many things. He gave hundreds. His father was very happy. Then he asked him, do you have any drawbacks or negative quality? No, not much. Only one. Is it only one? So many good qualities, and you have only one bad quality, is it? What is that? I always tell like that's enough. Whatever you told now, all that wonderful hundreds of qualities are all a lie. So likewise, if you believe in all the 330 millions of gods, and if you don't have faith in yourself, is to believe all that 330 millions of God. If you don't have faith in yourself, is the belief in all that 330 million gods true? It's false. That's why first you have to have faith in yourself. Then only you can have faith in other things. So that's why Swami Vivekananda is stressing the ideal of faith in ourselves is of the greatest help to us. If faith in ourselves has been more extensively taught and practiced, I am sure, says Swami Vivekananda, a very large portion of the evils and miseries that we have in this world would have vanished. Throughout the history of mankind, if any motive power has been more potent than another in the lives of great men and women, watch them. It is that of faith in themselves. Born with the consciousness that they were to be great, they became great. Let a man go down as low as possible. How much can you go down until you reach the bottom? Can you go down more than that? No, you have to come up afterwards. Once you reach the bottom, you cannot go further down. You have to come up. Let a man go down as low as possible. There must come a time when out of sheer desperation, he will take an upward curve and will learn to have faith in himself. But it is better for us that we should know it from the very first. Why should you wait to go down and then come up? Why can't you have faith now? But it is better for us that we should know it from the very first. Why should you first? When somebody tells you there is fire, don't put your hand into the fire, it will burn you. If you tell, no, I want to experience it myself, I will put my hand into the fire, I'll get it burnt, and then put the medicine and I will cure my wound. And then after that experience, pain, I will come to know that fire burns. Now, whatever you tell, I don't have faith in it, I will not follow it. I have to experience it myself. Why should you suffer in the first place? Swami Vivekananda is telling, but it is better for us that we should know it from the very first. Why should we have all these bitter experiences? There is a saying in South India. What is that beautiful saying in South India? Jananige matina pettu, konanige donne pettu. For an intelligent person, the words, the beatings of the words are enough. He will learn. For an unintelligent fool, he needs caning, the beatings of the stick. Why should we learn from the difficulties? Why can't we learn from the good advice of the people, from the elders, from the gurus? That's why Swami Vivekananda is telling, it is better for us that we should know it from the very first. Why should you wait to experience all the bad things and then learn? Why should we have all the bitter experiences in order to gain faith in ourselves? We can see that all the difference between man and man is owing to the existence or non-existence of faith in himself. The difference between man and man, woman and woman, the greatness and the lowest, is faith in ourselves. That is the difference. We can see that all the differences between man and woman is owing to the existence or non-existence of faith in himself or herself. Faith in ourselves will do everything. Swami Vivekananda gives his own personal experiences. He tells, I have experienced it in my own life. and I'm still experiencing it. Vivekananda is telling, I have experienced it in my own life, and I'm still doing so. And I grow older, that faith is becoming stronger and stronger. Next, Swami Vivekananda makes a wonderful statement. He is an atheist. The old religions or the religions used to tell a person is an atheist who does not believe in God. In Hinduism or Vedanta or Hinduism, it is told a person who does not believe in Vedas is an atheist. But Vivekananda tells, Vedanta tells, or he himself is telling, he is an atheist who does not believe in himself. So you need not believe in God for that. He is an atheist who does not believe in his own strength, who does not have faith in himself. Old religion says that he was an atheist who did not believe in God. But the new religion given by Swami Vivekananda says that he is the atheist who does not believe in himself. But it is not selfish faith. Your belief in himself is not the selfish faith, because the Vedanta again is the doctrine of oneness, that is unselfishness, oneness. It means faith in all, because you are all. Love for yourself means love for all, love for animals, love for everything, for you are all one. Now we will stop this beautiful conversation at this high note, because we are almost on the verge of completing our time. We will dedicate the little time left for question and answer, or if you have any doubt on today's discussion. Is there any doubt or is there any questions on today's discussion? You can ask now. Any questions? Any doubt? Okay, there are no questions. And if there are no doubts, then we will end today's session with a prayer. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. So on the YouTube too, we don't have any questions. Okay. Tomorrow is Saturday. Beginning at the same time, we have the discussion on Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. Sunday and Monday, early in the morning, we will be having the discussion on Life of Sri Ramakrishna, Great Master, written by Shardanandaji Maharaj. 6:30 Indian time, and it will be, South African time, 10 o'clock Indian time, both on Sunday and Monday. Then Sunday, the morning, 9:30 South African time, we have the Hinduism for Children's classes. Then Monday evening, we have the Science of Worship. We are speaking about the significance of puja, worship, the meaning of the mantras, and other inner significances, and also demonstration of the puja is going on. Anybody interested in learning the secrets and significance of worship and puja and the mantras can join that. Tuesday evening, we have the Viveka the crust jewel of discrimination, written by Shankaracharya. Wednesday, we have the study of Bhagavad Gita. We are into the 3rd chapter, that is Karma Yoga, where Lord Krishna is teaching the practical Vedanta, the highest knowledge of the Parabrahman or Atman. How to bring that in our day-to-day life, that is Karma Yoga, is being taught there. So again on Thursday, and Friday, early in the morning, we have the study of Great Master. In the evening, on both Thursday and Friday, we have the study of Jnana Yoga, Vedanta class. All are welcome to all these things. Thank you. Namaste. Om Namo Narayana.